They made Jalen Rose take back what he said about the fact the woman at the heart of the Ime Udoka scandal has never been exposed. She cheated on her husband. Why is Ime Udoka all over the media, but the white woman who cheated on her husband is not all over the media? It's a double standard, and we are not calling out the double standard. If wrong is wrong, it should be wrong for everybody. This is not about right or wrong. This is about suppressing the First Amendment freedom of speech rights of heterosexual black males who do not endorse the European narrative.
That is 100% facts. All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit that thumbs up button if you like the content. You know what it is. So, all right. So I normally don't agree with this guy, Dr. Umar. I think some things he says is very divisive. I don't think he's helping any when it comes to bringing people together, I would say. But that's not what he's about, you know what I'm saying, from what I see. He's about, us separating from white people or whatever. That's just the best way I could put it. And it's not wrong with that if that's how he feels. But for me, I disagree with that. I don't think that would actually, how would I say? I don't think that would actually, make a big difference. I actually think it would. I think it would hurt black people more. But anyway. So we're gonna get into something he said that I actually agree with. I do agree with what he's saying on this point, because I believe that it's messed up how they did certain people, how they did Kyrie, how they how they did Kanye. It's messed up, and I said this in one of my videos, but I agree with him on this. But I'm gonna let him talk, and then I'm gonna try not to interfere too much into what he's saying. But if I have something to say, I'll come back and say it. So I'm gonna let him speak.
And I would not put him on the same level as a Kyrie Irving, because I believe Kyrie is 100% genuine in his thinking. I think he's very thought out, and I think Kyrie does a good job of controlling his narrative. And I think that community that tried to destroy him could be accused of being hypocritical, because Jeff Bezos, the $139 billion owner of Amazon, has just issued a statement a few days ago. They're not removing the DVD.
Oh no, that wasn't Jeff Bezos. That was the other. That was the current CEO of Amazon.
Okay, yeah. But Jeff Bezos is still the owner, isn't he?
He's got a percentage in it, but it was the current. The person who made that statement was the current CEO of Amazon.
Current CEO, Jeff Bezos, whoever. Amazon is not pulling a DVD. They have not been accused of being anti-Semitic. They have not been accused of being racist. They have not been accused of being a hate monger of any other people. So if Kyrie can be accused of all that for sharing a video that he was not in, how is it that Amazon gets none of the smoke when they said they're not going to pull the video?
Smoke.
Listen, I don't know what Charlamagne and them about to say, but I've been saying that. That's 100% facts. 100% facts. If they have been getting the smoke, it ain't been publicized. Not too big like how Kyrie was. I ain't see that.
Yeah, they been getting smoke.
Jonathan Blatt was up.
Jonathan Greenblatt
was here yesterday, and I asked him that same question.
What he said?
And he said they have been giving him the smoke.
What's the smoke they gave?
They wrote him letters, the same thing they did.
They wrote him a letter,
but
they tried to destroy Kyrie's career. Not no damn letter.
But they also said that it's illegal in what state? In Germany.
In Germany, that's a country. In Germany,
the country to actually have that.
I guess so in Germany
because of the denazification in Germany. I forgot how he worded it. I think.
Of course, it's illegal in Germany. This is hilarious. Like, come on.
Saying that
but Amazon is global. That's one country.
Yeah, that's why.
So because they can't sell it in Germany, it's acceptable.
They don't want it up. Period.
But where is the media campaign by them to crucify Amazon the way they crucified Kyrie for sharing the video that Amazon is making millions of dollars off?
I will say
that's hypocritical.
I will say this, Dr. Umar.
Yes, that is 100% facts. 100% facts. Where is the media on that? Where's the media on that? Talk.
Like sometimes
we can't be selective moralists.
I'm with you, but I think sometimes we as in black people on social media, make these stories bigger. Because if we wanted, like the Brett Favre situation, Amazon, if we talked about those situations like we talk about other things, we would create those campaigns.
But the white media made Kyrie's situation an issue. So if you're going to make it an issue for Kyrie, white media, make it an issue for Amazon, white media.
Yes.
I mean, the white media did report on it when the ADL report.
It didn't get the same
Get the
energy.
fuck out
It
of
did
here.
not-
Get the fuck out of here, Charlemagne. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. They even report on it. You know it. You work for the white media, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. He's 100% telling the truth about that shit. They didn't make it a big deal. They ain't run that shit for 2 weeks straight like they did Kyrie. They ran that shit for 2-3 weeks straight talking about Kyrie. And the only thing the man did was share a video. That was it. Off of their website.
Same
I
energy.
really think
it's a double standard.
I think that's because of what we talk about.
And
I really
anybody,
do feel that way.
anybody who practices selective morality, whether you're a European Jew, whether you a revolutionary Pan-Africanist, whether you're a socialist, a Christian, a Muslim, a Hebrew, selective morality is hypocrisy. Because what I'm saying, if Envy does it, it's wrong, and he should be punished. If Charlemagne does it, it's okay. Amazon is still selling it. They have yet to be branded by the ADL or anybody else as anti-Semitic. That's hypocrisy.
That is 100% facts. Oh my God. That's 100% facts. Why isn't they not branded? Like, yo, come on, bro. That's 100% facts. Unfucking believable.
Hypocrisy.
That's one of the questions I asked Jonathan Greenblatt. I said, you know, it feels like when we do something, there's consequences for it. So I asked him, how do you punish that level of white privilege? How do you punish it, Donald
They're
Trump?
not going to punish it because at the end of the day...
Look, all right, let me stop you, Charlemagne. See, you got to stop that. I see what you did there, bro. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But the reason why, and this is what makes me mad about people like Charlemagne, right? You're going to say, how can you punish somebody like Donald Trump or somebody like Tucker Carlson, right? But nobody like Rachel Maddow who says some shit that wasn't true and she actually just got sued for it. Fucking Joy Reid who says some shit that's not true, which she's black, but you know, either way. What's his name? Anderson Cooper. All of these dudes, they do that. You can't say that about them. Come on, Charlemagne. You got to do better than that, bro. We know you work for the Democratic Party, like, but you a part of that party. But come on, bro. Joe Biden said a lot of shit too, bro. You should have said that too. Like, come on.
Supremacy requires commitment and loyalty from all groups of white people. They may have their internal differences, but at the end of the day, they all agree that black people must be kept in their place. The Kyrie and Kanye issue was more about suppressing free speech for heterosexual black males than it was about anti-Semitism or anything like that. Look at Tiffany Cross. She said something on your show. They cut her. They made Jalen Rose take back what he said about the fact the woman at the heart of the Ime Udoka scandal has never been exposed. She cheated on her husband. Why is Ime Udoka all over the media, but the white woman who cheated on her husband is not all over the media? It's a double standard, and we are not calling out the double standard. If wrong is wrong, it should be wrong for everybody. This is not about right or wrong. This is about suppressing the First Amendment freedom of speech rights of heterosexual black males who do not endorse the European narrative.
That is 100% facts. He's spitting right now.
I'm not against any of that you said. The only thing I push back on is, man, I do not like seeing people prop up Kanye West, bro. Because Kanye West is the most anti-black Negro out here. And I do not like when people just...
Why do you say that? Why do you say he's so anti-black?
Look at him. Look at who he chooses to be with. And even when he had those billion-dollar companies, what was under the hood of those companies, Dr. Umar? Where was his black staff?
I agree.
Where was his black leadership?
I agree.
You know,
and that's why right now, as I just said a minute ago, I believe Kanye's agenda is what's best for Kanye. I don't think it's about what's best for black people until he shows me something else. I really believe he did what he did to get freed of them contracts because he has the brand and the platform and the status now where he could probably make his own sneakers and make his own music and probably sell as much, if not more than he did before.
I believe giving that man
Wait a minute. Hold up, Charlemagne. I gotta call you out on something, bro. First of all, Kanye West did a lot for black people, bro. You can't say he hasn't. You know what I'm saying? He might have did some other shit or some other goofy shit, but he did a lot for a lot of rappers, bro. I don't say a lot of black people, but he had a whole company, and this whole company was filled with black rappers, bro. Who put people on was black staff. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that, bro. Good music was filled with all black artists. So whether you want to say he worked with fashion, that's something different. Maybe in the fashion world he didn't want to work with black people, but you have to have the same standard for both. You can't say, oh well, his music career, in his good music career, him being the CEO or whatever of that company, he had all black people, but in this company he had all white people, and that's not right. Like, come on, bro, you got to chill with that.
Oh, I believe so. I believe so.
Well,
Kanye's big.
Well, let me ask you about Charlemagne's football team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
And the owner, Jerry Jones.
Listen to this. Here's another example of selective morality. How is it Brett Favre, and I'm coming to Jerry, stole about $70 million of poor people's money from Mississippi to help his daughter's college build a volleyball field or something?
Well, it wasn't that much, though. It was a lot.
It was up there.
Yeah, it was millions. It was millions.
It wasn't 70? It was in the doubles?
It was millions. It was multi-millions. But
Okay.
It wasn't 70. Yeah.
Anyhow.
I will say this about Dr. Umar. A lot of times he does go off of what he hears. Sometimes he don't have the facts, and he don't really know exactly what it is. Somebody could say, he stole $100 million. And he'll say, yeah, it was $100 million. He'll come on some show and say, oh, he stole $100 million. And be like, no, it wasn't $100 million. It was only a 1.5 million. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh shit. Well, for real? Well, it was somewhere. It was $1 million. I will say he does that a lot. He
don't get indicted. He don't get charged. No charges are being brought against Brett Favre. If a black man did the same thing, you and I know he gets crucified. Look at the double standard in the selective morality. Now let's come to Jerry Jones. This the same Jerry Jones who never hired a black coach. Same Jerry Jones during the Colin Kaepernick protests of 2016 said, if any of my players are caught, quote unquote, disrespecting the American flag by taking a knee, they not going to play on my team no more. This is that Jerry Jones, who never stood up against any of the racism in the state of Texas, and he gets caught in the picture. September the 9th, 1957, North Little Rock High School, and then he commits 3 lies. When asked about this picture, he was part of a mob to deny a group of African Americans entry into North Little Rock High School. He says he was just there to be curious. He says neither he nor any of the other white boys or people there knew what they were going to get into. That's lie number 1. Jerry Jones had already admitted that his coach told him not to go nowhere near, that there would be trouble there. So how is it you didn't know what you was going into and nobody else there knew what you was going into when your coach told you it might be trouble and stay away from it? That was an absolute lie. And then when he was asked whether he regretted being there, he never answered the question. Where is Roger Goodell? Where's the NFL? Why isn't he being given a list of demands just like Kyrie was being given a list of demands? And check this out, to make matters worse, guess what else happened on September 9th, 1957, DJ Envy?
What's that?
President Dwight D. Eisenhower signs the 1957 Civil Rights Bill, creating the Civil Rights Commission within the Department of Justice. First act of civil rights legislation since 1875. Jerry Jones and the rest of them kids, they knew that. They were there to repudiate that presidential signing. They were also there because what happened 5 days before that? What happened on September 4th, 1957?
Was that the
10
bombing?
The Little Rock 10 tried to get into Central High School, and Governor Forbes of Arkansas instructed the National Guard not to let them in. They were called the N-word, they were spit on, they were beat on, they were threatened, they were terrorized by white folks 5 days earlier. Jerry Jones knew exactly what he was going to get into. The Supreme Court just outlawed school desegregation 3 years earlier on May 17, 1954. He knew exactly why he was going. He was going to stop black people from coming into North Little Rock. Now, Stephen A. Smith says Jerry Jones don't deserve this. He don't deserve to be held accountable for his part in supporting one of the most racist events in American history, which was the desegregation of America's schools. He shouldn't be held accountable. Stephen A. says, since this happened 65 years ago, he should get a pass.
How many lashes for Stephen A. Smith?
Stephen A. is probably up to 150,000 lashes right now for his cooning. But listen, if Jerry Jones get a pass because he's 14, why didn't Emmett Till get a pass? He was 14. Tamir Rice, Ohio.
Let me stop you right there. You can't compare the two, bro. Yeah, I was with you all the way up to that part. You can't compare the two, bro. It's not the same. Emmett Till and this guy in the picture is not the same, bro. I understand the racist sentiment behind it, but it's not the same argument.
If Jerry Jones get a pass because he's 14, why didn't Emmett Till get a pass? He was 14. Tamir Rice, Ohio, he was 12. Where his pass at? What about the brother in Gulfport, Mississippi, 2 months ago? Jalen, I'm forgetting his name, shot in the head coming out of a dollar store with his hands up. Where was his pass? Trayvon was 17. Where was his pass? Look at all the young black boys who are tried as adults in America's prisons right now serving time in adult prisons under the age of 17. Where they pass at, Stephen A? Why are we protecting privileged white men? And you know what makes it so sad? Jerry Jones don't even have to defend himself. He got black men who will jump up. Did you see Michael Irvin? This Uncle Remus? Michael Irvin says, he wasn't at the front of the line. So because he wasn't at the front of the line, he less racist than the ones who's at the front?
That's hilarious. So the man's not racist because he wasn't at the front of the line? So let me get this right. So 2 rows back, they not racist? 1 row back, they not racist? Like, come on, bro.
He don't look like the guy with the cigarette in his mouth. Jerry Jones is a righteous man and a great man. All white people were that way back in the day. This is Michael Irvin. All white people were that way back in the day, so we supposed to get Jerry Jones a pass. There's nothing worse.
How many lashes for Michael Irvin?
Michael Irvin get about 5,000 lashes for that.
I don't understand why people say all white people wasn't like that back in the day. All white people wasn't these racist people like you would see in these movies. No. That wasn't true. You know what I mean? That wasn't true.
No black man should ever volunteer himself, Stephen A. Smith and Michael Irvin, to play defense attorney for a white man. Jerry Jones ain't thinking about black folks. He has yet to speak up on social justice issues. He is a racist, and he should be forced to sell the team. But it's not going to happen. Why? Because it would take the players of the NFL to protest to force him out. And we already see that our NFL athletes and our NBA athletes don't have enough courage. They're more concerned with money than they are about the movement. And that's why I'm disappointed in Deion Sanders.
Hold on one second. I don't think there's no defense. I know. I don't think there's no defense for Jerry Jones.
And there's no defense for Stephen A. Smith and Michael Irvin defending him either. Let that white man speak for himself.
I like what
y'all don't take up for black people like that. Stephen A., you threw Kyrie under the bus. Shannon Sharp, you threw Kyrie under the bus. But soon when a white man mess up, and Shannon didn't defend Jerry Jones, but Stephen did, and Michael did. Soon when a white man make a mistake, every black man in sports media want to be defense attorney for white folks, but have no problem throwing black athletes under the bus.
And I like what Jay Williams said that,
shout out to.
That's technically that's half true because I done seen them call out. There was a whole time where Stephen A. Smith called out white people and he said something about white there was a whole time. I don't know if he supported. I don't know if he supported Kaepernick, but I know that he did say some things that was like I was like, well, that's crazy. So no, I don't believe that. They're all like that. I believe that certain people they won't touch. I will say that.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones should be forced to denounce anti-black racism.
And he hasn't.
And he should discuss what he's learned over the past 66 years.
He ain't learned nothing. He's a privileged white man. He just as racist now as he was then. Listen, I've been studying psychology my whole life. I got a doctorate in it. I got 3 master's degrees in it. I got 2 certifications in it. You know what they tell you in psychology?
What's that?
That the human personality is largely fixed by the age of 5. 5. Jerry Jones was 14. If you're going to tell me that Jerry Jones is fundamentally a different person now, at 80, than he was at 14, let me know what major critical life experiences Jerry Jones went through that transformed the way that he thinks. Nothing at all. People saying, well, we got to give him credit. Dak Prescott talking about, look at his resume since then. Look at his resume since then, Dak Prescott. He ain't done nothing to help black folks, and Jerry Jones ain't thinking about helping black folks.
I don't like when people say because he didn't hire a black coach, though, because just because he hired a black coach don't mean anything.
I do agree, but at least it shows you are at least concerned about how racism looks on your resume. Jerry Jones is not even concerned about how racism looks on his resume.
How many lashes should Charlamagne get for being a Cowboy fan still?
I like football.
Charlamagne,
You an Eagle fan? You like Eagles?
Nah, I'm not watching no football, no NBA no more. I'm done.
What?
I'm officially done, brother. We cannot be for the black liberation struggle and support white corporations and systems that systematically practice and defend white privilege and white racism against black people.
What about all those brothers?
Now, I will agree with that halfway. I will agree with that. I think that what he's saying is kind of true. My thing is like if you're looking for black people to be respected or to be looked at in a different light, but you're still supporting the same and y'all still playing for the same teams that so-called suppress us, or not even teams, but so-called people that suppress us. I don't believe that's the case. Now, I don't believe that we're being suppressed. I'm just going off of what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that black people are suppressed at all in this country. I believe that we could do whatever we want. I believe if we make the right decisions and we play the game the same way white people play the game, I believe that we will win. But I think that a lot of times most of us don't want to play that game. We just fall into we just fall by the wayside, or we just align ourselves with certain parties. It's like, nah, you should be able to maneuver through this or maneuver around things, you know, without yourself getting in trouble or whatever. Like, no one's telling you to go and sell drugs. No one's telling you to shoot people. No one's telling you to do all that. Most of the time, like I said, nowadays, it's not that people have to do it either. They do it because they want to do it, because their friends do it. So I believe that a lot of black people are misinformed, and we just go towards a certain thing because we believe that that's true. But that's orchestrated because you got rap music, you got a bunch of different things. And I listen to rap music, don't get me wrong, but I can tell the difference between if I'm being manipulated. I can tell the difference between if I'm being manipulated or if I'm trying to be coerced into doing something I shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? We know how that works. Rappers, they use, certain record execs. They use that to infiltrate the black community the same way liquor, the same way alcohol, the same way drugs, or whatever. It's just another way of getting in to decimate the black man. That's what I believe. I believe that they've been doing that. But I also believe that as we go further on in this society, I believe that we have evolved to the point where we can escape from that. It's very easy to get away from that now. I don't know about the other laws or whatever that keep you, but for the most part, if you live a straight life, like for example, Dr. Umar couldn't say none of this stuff in the 60s or the 70s or the 50s or the 40s, he would have been killed. That would just been that. They would have got rid of him. You know what I'm saying? But see, at this point now, we have gotten to the point where he can say stuff like this and educate people on what he believes, or he can have a certain way of believing something. That's what I'm saying. So I believe that with him, I believe there's certain things I agree with him, certain things I agree with, but certain things I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna finish this off, and then I got another part where he talks about Deion Sanders, and I want to get into that.
Play the
Colin
sport.
Kaepernick, what about them? They just there to get it back. They not protesting. They not doing nothing. They not building.
Some of those brothers protest.
Okay. Okay. Show me a rich athlete who built a relevant, independent black institution in this country. Give me one. And let me tell you what they are. Independent school. Don't give me no charter school. Charter schools are public schools. Don't give me no charter school.
James in the school he built?
That is a public school, MD. It has his name on it.
But LeBron speaks up for black issues.
I didn't ask you about speaking. Let me go back to my question. My question was, name me a black celebrity or entertainer who has built a relevant, independent black institution.
But is that,
school,
I agree, but
bank.
But is that the
supermarket,
that's the one,
hospital,
that's all that matters?
manufacturing, it's the heart of a community, Charlamagne.
Yes. He's speaking facts right now. Yo, that is 100% facts. I don't really agree with this guy, but he's speaking some facts right now. That is 100% facts.
Take care of the major problems we got. Just because LeBron James got in front of a microphone and undid what he did a few weeks ago, and I want to give LeBron some props. I appreciated his comments about Jerry Jones and comparing that to the way in which they tried to castrate Kyrie. Shout out to LeBron. But now LeBron don't pull a Shannon Sharp and a Stephen A. And right after you do something positive or say something good, you take it back by going right back to the Django character. You understand? He got to be consistent. Speech is not enough when you're worth billions. To whom much is given, envy, much is expected. If you a billionaire talking,
So how can y'all co-sign Kanye so much? He don't do that. Kanye does not pour back into the black people.
Kanye spoke a significant truth to a significant white power
But he don't pour
that
back into
controls
black people.
I agree. I just
LeBron
said
didn't
that.
have infrastructures full of black people making
I'm gonna
capital.
ask you again.
See, it's different ways to skin a cat, Charlamagne. You just get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too that I can recognize that what these people do, what Charlamagne and them do, they try to compare the two. Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, I don't think that you can really compare the two. You can't compare LeBron James and Kanye West. It's two different type of black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do two different type of things. They black men, but they do different shit. They support two different type of what's the name. But again, the reason why you supporting LeBron James because he aligns with your party and who you align up with, and you don't support Kanye West because trust and believe, if Kanye West supported your party, you would be breaking your neck to support Kanye West. But since he supported Trump, that's the reason why you're saying what you're saying about Kanye West.
What institution that's relevant has been built by a black athlete or celebrity this century? I need an answer.
But you just mean school banking and
relevant.
Okay.
LeBron James started a movement against voter disenfranchisement. Walk through the streets of Brooklyn, walk through the streets of Harlem, walk through the streets of the Bronx, walk through the streets of Queens, walk through the streets of Staten Island, and ask black people, what are the top 5 problems black people have in America? I promise you, voter suppression ain't one. Voter suppression ain't one. Come on, y'all. If we want to solve our problems, we got to get serious. And black athletes have been cooning for far too long.
I know
you being hard
They're
on some of
more
them brothers,
concerned about money than making a difference.
I know we got to go, but Deion saying as you were talking about Deion.
Yes, that's 100% facts. Man, listen, man, that was a good one, man. I think Umar said some things in there. Some things I disagree with, but for the most part, nah, Umar was spitting, man. He was spitting. He said some stuff, man, and yeah, I agree with him on 90% of what he said in that maybe 95% of what he said in that conversation. Definitely is. But I'm gonna come back with part 2, man, of Dr. Umar, and I want to get into what he said about Deion saying this. Right? I ain't gonna make this video too long. He was almost a half an hour long anyway. But either way, Torture Talk, you know what it is.